Yo, what's up? Welcome to Oman. Today, I want to talk about the most important thing when it comes to identity, and that is purpose. For 22 years of my life, I actually didn't really have purpose. And so I played a lot of video games, basketball, media was pretty much my main outlet. And I would just spend a lot of time just watching these shows for hours, for days. I think this was happening because I didn't really have a sense of purpose. I had a lot of phases. I had a phase where I wanted to be a lawyer, a politician. I wanted to be, as you know, a film director. I was just a person with many different tidbits of stories. I didn't really have anything that moved me, excited me to a point where I saw where I was going. And I'm sure many of you guys may feel like you're in a phase of your life, or you feel like you're in a season, you feel like you're doing different things, but you don't really feel like you're really going towards anywhere. And that's what purpose is. A purpose that is unique to you and I is very special. It is something that will show the picture of your life. Case in point. So when I was younger, I used to be a tutor. Like I used to be a basketball coach, and when I was in high school for elementary kids, a tutor at an after-school program. I used to teach at a book club. I used to be an English junior high teacher for 5 years. And through it all, I was wondering why those things were something that really was special to my heart. And I realized that from all these random facts and all these things that I did, it kind of led to something that was my heart's purpose. And that is to really see people change. When I see people grow and change, it is the most amazing thing that I personally experience. You can't trade that for any amounts of money, for any amounts of anything. For me, that is my purpose. And when I figured this out, I figured out my heart's purpose. I figured out my life. I figured out why I woke up every day, why I was doing the things that I was doing. And I was able to really see a direction that my life was going towards. Understanding purpose, you have to understand, it's a heart's purpose and not a superficial purpose. Meaning, our superficial purpose is what our body wants to do. Like we want to eat the best food, we want to play, we want to have fun with our friends. That kind of superficial purpose, at the end of it, as I talked about binge watching shows and things like that, during it feels good, right? It feels good. It feels like we're having purpose, we're enjoying life. But if enjoying life is our purpose, at the end of it, it's just this bitter, sweet taste, this emptiness that just feels kind of like we're not aiming towards doing anything. What we mean by heart-filled purpose is something at the end we feel fulfilled. We feel better. Even though sometimes with our heart-filled purpose, it might not be easy in comparison to what our flesh or our body wants to do. Our body naturally just wants to have fun, but our heart deeply wants to have a purpose. At the center of it, the motor and the machine that will drive the purpose for you to see something done, to see yourself growing in a certain way, is a thing called discipline. There's a man named Malcolm Gladwell that wrote the book Outliers. And in that book, he talks about for us to be proficient or an expert or really good at something, we need to spend 10,000 hours on it, which amounts to 417 days straight. Or if you put it over a 10-year span, it's 2.74 hours a day. And if you think about it, that's the time it takes to be great at something. And that is why discipline is so important. Discipline is actually kind of seeing what you're doing in your day, what you're doing with your life. Being able to pinpoint certain things that do not benefit our purpose. It's being able to let go of these things. And some people might say, oh, but we lose our freedom into doing whatever we want. But you know what real freedom looks like? Is letting go of freedom in the daily things, of things that maybe we can do, so that we can focus on what we are called to do. That is the greater freedom. If we have a purpose, only way we can carry it out, because there are so many people that have a dream, they have a purpose, but they're not able to see it fulfilled because they lack a thing called discipline. And so I really challenge us to really think about that word discipline. And so I'll give you some practical applications today. One, I think it is very important to find our purpose. To find our purpose, we're going to write down all the things in our life that we're doing. And from that picture, we got to write down why. Why do I do this? Why do I enjoy doing this? Why do I do this even though I don't enjoy doing this? And from there, I think you will find a similar theme of something that really burns within each and every one of our hearts, which is called passion. Yes, we have to eat. Yes, we have to go to school. Yes, we have to work. But if we want to fulfill our dreams, we need to give up at least 3 hours, or we need to change my phrase. We need to actually invest 3 hours of our day, regardless of all the things that we have in our life. And number one, if you don't know your purpose, in searching for it. Spend 3 hours a day, breaking it up amongst few things that maybe might be hobbies right now. Whatever it may be, it is spending 3 hours a day, breaking down, not wasting that time, what excites you to a point, what makes you dream. We are called to do the things that we dream about. For many of us, it's not so simple, right? Maybe you feel as if you can't even dream. You're just trying to get by day. Maybe you're bullied. Maybe people look down on you. Maybe you're just trying to do well in school or survive on that paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you tried and you failed. Maybe circumstantially you can't. If you can't give 3 hours, at least give 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour to pursuing your dream, because that's gonna give you life. That's gonna be something that you look forward to. As a college student, the thing that I looked forward to the most at 21 was my meals. I would just look forward to eating, especially during my midterm and final season. But I realized that that's sad. You're looking forward to sleeping if you look forward to eating. That is not living at all. And I know some of us we feel like we can't do it, and that fear is stopping us. But let me ask you, are you really living? And I think that's something we're gonna ask ourselves. And the excuse of we can't, the fear of we're gonna fail, those things cannot stop your dream if you pursue it. And that's what happened 22 years in. I realized I was doing nothing. And the crazy thing is that once I found that I wasted 22 years, the 23rd year, I start pursuing my dream of being an inspiration or trying to be an inspiration to people. Let me tell you, even though I wasted 22 years, from that year on, for the next 10 years of my life, it is the most fulfilling. I wake up with a smile on my face and I do not regret anything. Yes, it hurts sometimes. Yes, I fail many times, but I am living and I'm not just breathing because I actually care about my dream and I'm pursuing it. And so I really hope that we can pursue our dreams and that we don't let fear, we don't let apathy that comes from bitterness for many of us, and we don't let just this idea that we can't do stop us from becoming who we're called to be.